Good afternoon. Today is Monday, September the 28th. Today we looked at section 2.8, which is talking about angle properties, and I'll share my whiteboard and show you one of the types of examples that we looked at. So if you look at section 2.8 in your textbook, there are about 11 different theorems. So we're getting into a point where we had 2 to start with, and then now in one section we get 11 more. They deal with different types of angles. What I want to show you here is how we proved one of the theorems, and the theorem talks about vertical angles. So if we come here, remember, if we have 2 lines that look like this, then we can look at vertical angles. We can talk about angle 1 here and angle 3 here being vertical. And we know we've talked about the fact that they are congruent. So what we have today is we get the vertical angle theorem, and we'll go ahead and prove that these 2 angles are congruent. So if we come over here, get over here where I can write a little bit, and come down like this. Now, I'm just going to, instead of writing out statements and reasons, I'm just going to, we'll put down right here, we can put down our statements. And over here on the other side, we can put our reasons. Okay, now, the first thing we want to do here is we look and we say we're given. So the given, which is given, so we do given. Or let's do this. Okay, we'll put down number 1. And we'll put down that the measure of angle 1, the measure of angle 1, and I'm going to use this greater than symbol here, that's an angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals (180). All right? And then I can come down here underneath that, and I can say the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 equals, underneath that, I can put 180. Okay, and that's given, right? They're linear pairs, right? So that's linear pairs, okay? Now the next thing I come down here and do then, okay, so if I can solve these equations, so I'll come back over here, now I can put down 2, and I can do the measure of angle 1 is equal to 180 minus the measure of angle 2. And I can come down here right underneath it and say the measure of angle 3 equals 180 minus the measure of angle 2. Okay, and that's just a 2 would be a subtraction. I don't need to write that all the way out. I guess I could. It's just going to run out of space. Okay, so then I can come down here because I have the measure of angle 1 equals 180 minus the measure of angle 2, and the measure of angle 3 equals the same thing. Then I can come down here and say that the measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 3. And of course, that reason is, once again, that's just a substitution reason, all right? And then I can come down in my final statement, because I'm trying to prove that angle 1 and angle 3 are congruent. So my fourth statement here is basically that angle 1 is congruent, and I'll put the congruent symbol there in a minute, to angle 3. And the reason is the definition of, and then I'll put the congruency, I'll put definition of congruency, so I can come up here and I can put that little congruency symbol right on top of the equal sign in both cases, like that, okay? So that's the type of proof that we're doing today. You're looking at things that are fairly obvious if you look at them. Like if you look at this situation here, you can tell these vertical angles are equal, but now we have proved it. So you have a theorem which says vertical angles are equal. They are congruent. So if somebody tells you that two angles are vertical, then you know that they are congruent, and you don't have to prove that anymore. So if you look through your book at today's lesson, and let me go ahead and get out of here. If you look through the book, there, like I say, there are about 11 or 12 different theorems. So what you need to do is just read through the text and look at what it's saying, look at the example problems. And then if you have any questions, send me an email and I'll get back to you and we'll help you get over the difficult spot, okay? So tomorrow we're going to work on this same section again. We're going to work some more of the problems, improve some of the theorems, and then the rest of it, I will send you your chapter 2 test information on Thursday. We've got, this week is homecoming, so got a lot of things going on. We're not going to try to do the test until next Tuesday, but I'll send you the work so you can start looking at it. You can have from, say, Thursday when I give it to you until next Tuesday to complete it. So questions, problems, send me an email. I'll see you tomorrow.